Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is your favorite ringside doctor, Dr. Jared Vasquez, the Octagon Doctor. You guys already know me. We're going to talk about something that's making the rounds on the interwebs, and it has to do with UFC 248 and the main event, Adesanya versus Romero versus Yoel Romero. People are freaking out over a still image of an interview that Adesanya was giving, and he showed his forearm, and people saw this. People instantly, or MMA fans instantly, made the diagnosis of no, it must be MRSA. It must be MRSA. People are freaking out. The main event is gonna be horrible. It's MRSA. It's an abscess. You can't come back from this. What are we gonna do? But first of all, to understand those very real concerns, we have to understand what MRSA is. First of all, MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Can you say that 3 times fast? I can't. I won't even try. A type of bacteria, resistant bacteria. Normally, it's a bacteria that lives in your upper respiratory tract. It lives in your gut and it lives in your skin. But by some biological processes, a strain of this bacteria has developed resistant to antibiotics, and it becomes really hard to treat and usually manifest in abscess that can worsen and become systemic. Systemic meaning that it affects your metabolism, it affects your body in more serious ways that could maybe alter your performance, your physical performance, and that is why people are really freaking out. Now, let's pull up the picture that we're showing. Yes, it's a lesion. We can clearly see it's a small lesion. It definitely does not look like an abscess. It even looks, if you look a little bit closer, it looks like it has been already drained. So it could be a scab, it could be a lesion, but we cannot make the diagnosis, guys. To absolutely know if it is methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, we'd have to take a culture. We have to take a swab. We have to swab that lesion, send it to the lab, and give antibiotics accordingly. Is it, every time do you see an abscess, is it going to be deleterious to the performance of an athlete? That is the big question here. And the answer is absolutely not. There are some data points that we definitely need. The questions I would ask Adesanya: have you had a fever? Have you had tachycardia? Are you feeling more tired than usual? Does he look drained? I don't think the answer is going to be yes. I mean, this is a huge fight. If he had an abscess on his forearm, there is more than likely has been a visit to a physician and he has been given oral antibiotics. Which antibiotics, you might ask? Well, usually patients are given TMPSMX Bactrim and clindamycin to deal with it. Now, the question is going to arise. Are those antibiotics going to be deleterious for his performance? We simply don't know. And these are high performance athletes. They probably already saw this, took care of it, and the antibiotics are said and done. I don't think this is going to affect the performance. Of course, time will tell, but it shouldn't affect Israel's performance. They would go to great lengths to hide a lesion in the forearm that the doctors are going to have to clear before the fight starts. There's something that we do before every fight. We check the fighter's vital signs, which include blood pressure, respiratory rate, temperature, and heart rate. And blood pressure, if one of those is altered, meaning if the infection has altered one of those values sufficiently enough to cause the doctor to have an alarm or worry, the fight is simply not going to happen. So we're not going to see Israel Adesanya walk into the cage with a fever or with altered heart rate, with a serious infection. A serious infection that makes your body perform less would show those physical signs and symptoms. So I don't think that we're going to see Israel Adesanya walk in, hampered and have his performance hampered by this. Is the concern real? Yes. the risk of methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, there's a lot of individuals that are at risk. You have people with indwelling catheters, people who have Foley catheters. You have people that are immune compromised, that are taking drugs that suppress their immune system. And of course, for community-acquired MRSA athletes, because you're in contact with a lot of people during sparring, that sweat is on you. So how can you prevent it? Of course, with soap. I'm not gonna mention the name of the soap because we don't have a sponsorship yet. Maybe one day we will. Wink, wink, defense soap? Maybe. Holler at your boy, Dr. Vasquez. So there you have it, guys. MRSA, you know what it is. I don't think it's going to affect the performance, and I'm hoping that UFC 248 is an amazing night of fights. And of course, you're going to see my videos right after the fight. Thank you guys for your support, for the comments. Keep it alive and going down there in the comments. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. And you know that if you comment on my videos, I'm going to comment right back, and we're going to keep it rolling. So thank you guys for your attention. MRSA, don't get it. Wash yourself. If you're a combat athlete or just a regular person, wash yourself. Keep looking at my videos. There's a curated playlist that's going to pop up here in a couple seconds. See you guys later.